welcome to Tarot Q&A Tuesday. I'm Fiona McLeod, founder of Oracle Encore and Soul Aligned Therapy. Today we're answering your questions using the tarot as a portal into your subconscious mind, helping you overcome challenges, giving you hope, finding a better direction, aligning with your soul's purpose, and all of that jazz. Now, as usual, I have pre-prepared questions already sent in, and you are welcome to do that whether you're new to Tarot Q&A Tuesday or whether you are one of the regulars. Simply email me. The link to my email is in the blurb below. Okay, we're going to kick off with Leah's question to begin with because she was in first today, like a rocket in fact. And what Leah wants to know is, when is the right time to start increasing her treatment prices in her business? Now, her business, she works for herself, and when is the right time to increase the treatment prices? Well, we will begin with a general card to get a feel for whether that is even correct action to start with, because, of course, we need to have a clear picture on the formula that would best roll out for her highest development for the business. Now, the card we are getting is awesome. This is the Queen of Swords. Now, this queen, let's be fair, it's a queen. She's a queen. This is you, Leah, being the queen of your life, your business. Now, the swords represent ideas, thoughts, and to some degree, the truth and wisdom of who you are. What this card dictates is that you are the boss, and this woman is very black and white in her way of being. And in this case, it's super important for you to just own the fact that this is your business and you do, I'd like to say you do it the way you want to do it. It's not up to your clients whether that they dictate how much you charge and when. And what I'm feeling when I say this is you accommodating too much to clients' needs based on your assumption of what you might think they need in order to come and see you more often. So the first step, the first reset for you is to realize and come into the energy of you are the boss, it's your business, you do what you need to do. Now that doesn't mean you start bossing people around, it simply means that you do what's right for your business, in which case you can put your prices up any time. There is a very strong feeling coming through that it's not about, as you put, start increasing your treatment prices, but rather increase them, like increase them. It's happened once. It's not like an all over the show process. It needs to be very systematic and organized. It needs to be a built up system where you warn your clients that this is coming and best they get in now for the cheaper prices if they desire, which is also an opportunity for you to pump up the volume and get an intense group of clients in before you put the prices up. So make this a time where you are perhaps squeezing in a few extra clients, giving opportunities for people to experience different treatments that you offer. So making it an opportunity for you and them to show more of your services. Let me get an idea of time frame. As you suggested, the beginning of next year. Now that feels right. We've got the Death card, which is the end of one thing and the start of something new, and this would imply perhaps the end of the year, the start of the new year. It feels really good to me. Based on that, you wrote that in your question. I take this as a way that you're listening to yourself, just not trusting yourself at this time. Now, when it comes to the price increase, 10% is the number that I'm getting. I don't know what your feeling was on it. Let me know in the chat if you're watching. We'd love to hear what your idea was, because this is a gradual process, in which case it won't necessarily affect the client's process that much. It might seem a big deal to you to start charging more, but that's just your mindset. It's actually just normal business for the average client that's coming to see you. So it's time to own your worth. Do it. This is perfect. Great. I can't wait to hear how 2024 goes for you. Hello, Linda. I wondered if I might start breaking up. Thanks for letting me know. So I have recorded this on a different camera. If you can't hear or see me properly on YouTube, I will post the round 2. I'll post the backup tomorrow. You'll get to see it. So Linda, would you like to ask a question? Be good to have a live reading. In the meantime, we say hello to Lisa and the Savs. Hey, what's your first name, the Savs? And who else have we got here over on Instagram? It's good that Instagram's working for a change. Let me know what city or town you guys are all coming from, or even your country. Now we're gonna whiz to Lisa D's question because she's rocked up onto Instagram here. Lisa D, I would like a general card based around the adventures and trips for the Christmas period. All right, a general card for Lisa D. Lisa, it's so cool to have you here. It's been like 8 months or something since we saw you live here. Now, we'll give you a general card and get the vibe of what is most likely to be your experience over the Christmas period. Whoopsies. If you do nothing but allow it to unfold. Now, let me just feel Lisa D. Lisa. Okay, this is the card for Lisa and her wonderful holidays. Oh, this is gorgeous, actually. We have the Empress. Now, the Empress is the divine mother nature. She's also pregnant. Now, what this implies is a lot of creativity, new birth, touching with nature. I feel like your adventures will be using all the elements of nature. Maybe on a boat, maybe skiing, maybe just lying in the sun, on the sand, really touching with nature. It's going to be an incredibly healing time for you where you get to be the creator. What I feel is that in this time where you're connecting with nature, you can allow your mind to wander, you can daydream, use your imagination. And there's no coincidence of the level of imagination that we have. What I mean by this is whatever you can imagine, you can actually have in your reality. This is something people do not believe or do not grasp. There is nothing that you can imagine for yourself that cannot exist. The only thing that blocks you from allowing that to be your reality is in fact your human mind. And therefore, allow your imagination to run wild, but more specifically, the spontaneous imagination. You know what I mean? Like those intuitive moments of thought, inspired thoughts, thoughts that you get when you're in the shower. Any of these things that you have about your holiday coming up, Lisa, would be good things to do. Therefore, if you, for example, think in the shower or off for a walk or somewhere where you're not particularly thinking, and you get this idea, oh my God, do you know what I should do? Go to New Zealand and I could go and visit so-and-so up in the Great North or the down south or wherever the idea comes from. So that's rather than you sitting down, mapping out, thinking about what you should do. Allow the ideas to come to you. Simply throw out to the universe, hey universe, show me the way. Show me the best holiday that I can have for my highest happiness and greatest good and all the blessings that I deserve. All right, boom. Now what we're also going to do now, everyone, is the collective consciousness reading. This means if you have not asked a question yet, I'm going to pull a collection of cards that will be for everybody here, a general moment of wisdom that we all need to hear right now for this particular week or whatever it means for you. You will know. Now, there's a lot of great new people on here. I can see Tina and a few people that have unique Instagram names, which I don't know what your first name is. So please do put it in the chat so I know who's joined our collective family today, our Tarot Q&A family. Do you have a question, Linda? While I'm getting the collective consciousness. Let's get in the zone. Whew. Okay. Woo. How many cards today? 2 cards today. 2 cards. We're just going to do it like split the pack. First card for the collective. What do we all need to hear right now? And that's the first card and that's the second card. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. All right, might get rid of this cardigan. Oh, nice. Oh, gorgeous. All right, we have the King. I'm going to read this in a couple of different ways for a few different people. We have the King of Cups and we have the Fool. All right, guys. Now, the King of Cups is a man. clearly. However, he can present as a masculine influence. This could be read as somebody coming into your life, or this can be you finding these aspects of yourself. Let's talk about the king first. He is, as I said, a masculine figure, yet he is very emotionally available, or at least emotional, dealing with some emotions, maybe being more vulnerable, or at least recognizing that is just not like all tough and bravo as some traditional masculine influences may look like. Now, before we analyze, well, actually, allow me to get you to work with the cards. So this is for this week. We are inviting you to either recognize this within yourself. So if you are a guy or identifying as a lot of masculine energy, please give yourself permission to be emotionally available for yourself and others. If this is somebody in your life, encourage them to be vulnerable and to tune in with this person in a way that can develop a deeper connectedness for your partnership together. Now, this can be in a work situation, it could be a relationship, it could be your father. Because what's going to happen is when you build that connection, or you make that connection, or you allow yourself to be this person, you start a new journey. And you know what the journey is? It's pretty friggin' amazing, actually, because it's actually instigating the start of your next awakening. Now, I say next awakening because people can have more than one. Sometimes we have this wake up time where we have a very transformative experience almost overnight, and we just have these epiphanies and we have this realization, these aha moments. But other times an awakening is a process of dealing through something, going through a traumatic process or overcoming trauma from the past. However you're doing your up-leveling, this awakening time is happening on a collective consciousness level. The entire universe is coming into a deeper level of self-awareness and spiritual awareness, meaning that we are finding who we are. If you've ever asked yourself, who am I and what am I doing here? What is my purpose in life? This is what an awakening is about. Finding the truth of who you are without all the human labels. Now, just gone off track a little bit there, but I'll just come back and give you the little short version of what this means. Recognize the masculine, emotional man or person identifying in that respect. They are somebody to build a connection with, and this starts a new spiritual journey. Now, if you are in, say, a traditional relationship of a man and woman, and this is your partner, together, by him being more safe to be vulnerable, this starts a process or a new journey for the both of you to build a more intimate, deeply connected relationship, a conscious coupling, you could say. And this will be the truth for many people watching this. However, there will be some other situations that help people to bond relationships with their fathers, or at least forgive their fathers and allowing their father to be where the father is at on their own emotional journey with their own abilities to either have been there for you or not been there for you. And by having this acceptance with this person, which may happen this week, or I'm going to give it this 4-week period, that just to be mindful that if you feel like something is happening with this King of Cups, be aware that you are likely to want to react or feel a trigger come up. And that, my friend, is your gift. To recognize the trigger and to go, whoa, that's that thing that tarot reader lady was saying. To actually recognize this as a chance to twist things, let stuff go, see things from a new perception. It's pretty exciting. Oh, and also, guys, this is the month of a full moon we've got coming up on the 29th of this month. And as you may know, full moons are times for intensifying the current energy. Therefore, if you're feeling amazing, brilliant, because you're going to feel more amazing this week. If you're feeling a bit down, flat, yuck, stuck, watch out, because that might become a bit more intense. And equally, the story I've just talked about with the King of Cups and the Fool who's beginning the new journey, the spiritual journey, that can feel quite an emotionally charged experience. Whatever it is for you, it's a great thing if you stay empowered and not turn into the victim within your life. Now, we're talking about empowerment. Allow me also to remind those who have not signed up and paid for the Embodying Empowerment Workshop. Starts on the 9th of October. It's only $99 and it's live. It will not be this price again, and that's a bit of a sales pitch, but it won't be this price again live because it's my heart and soul in this program. It's very much an ABC of how to live spiritually to be your best personal self and to live your best life. It's pretty much also the information I wished so much that somebody had given me in my 20s when I began my deeper spiritual discoveries. I wish that people had just spelled out these obvious kind of laws and rules and how the energy of the universe works, and throwing out the window a lot of the law of attraction interpretations that are blasted over social media, because they are in fact not 100% aligned with our soul's journey. Law of attraction is a law of the universe, absolutely. Like attracts like. Become the vibration of what you want and you will be receiving that. Yet the real question is it your heart's desire or is it your ego's desire? Is it best for your soul's evolution so that you ultimately are your most happiness, that you are your most successful, that you are deeply fulfilled, that you feel like you're making a difference, that you've found your purpose of how you're going to serve the world? Possibly not if you're trying to manifest the latest Porsche or some significant, superficial, egotistical thing or person. It's deeper. It's deeper, does seem deep and meaningful, yes. But isn't all the good stuff a bit deep and meaningful? Like love, happiness? Isn't it? I think so. Hi Jess, it's all right that you're late. We haven't got to you yet, but since you've turned up, we will pull your random card that you have requested. Okie doke, let's get it. Just patting down the flyaways that I see. Excuse my vanity. Jess, safe and appropriate to pull a card for Jessica. Yes, we will pull a random card. These random cards can be very good for all people watching because they are aspects of the messages that the tarot shares, which is an incredibly wise tool. It's a self-discovery tool for those who are thinking it's Jess, okay. Self-discovery tool for those who think it's a fortune-telling tool. It can be a fortune-telling tool. Obviously, I read intuitively and semi-channel, not just looking at the cards, and you can learn to do that yourself as well. In fact, the course that's starting in November will entail a little bit of how to be your own tarot reader. Pretty awesome, right? Now, Jess, let me know in the chat. She says, oh, thank you. I'll rewatch for all the collective reading as well. Yes, do that because it was actually very good. An interesting one, Jess, because I'm going to ask you, and please tell me in the chat, are you still dating that person you connected with recently? And look, I'm going to show you the card. I don't want you to freak out. All I'm going to say is this is a card of grief and disappointment. It's not necessarily the card of an ending, but it is a bit of a trip up. Just to be given the heads up that this may happen, it doesn't mean a relationship is over, but it does mean that we could get our heart hurt depending on the way we think about the situation. Of course, it can represent heartache. Yet, let me remind you, as a human, how much our heart breaks depends on how we think about it, what stories we're telling. Jessica, let me know, because I'm not going to get an answer whether, well, it's to do with that guy that you were seeing or not. I'm not going to get into those details just yet. I'm inviting you to remind yourself during any disappointment or grief that the stories we tell ourselves, this is to everyone watching this, are what give us the grief and the disappointment and the stress. If we do not have those attachments, if we do not have those expectations, if we do not have the judgments of what is right and wrong, then we have so much less suffering, and we are generally and genuinely more happy, easily. Because we're not feeling victim, we're just playing the game of life. We're going, okay. Running along to the next person. Okay, Jess. Well, it may not be about him, but just to remind yourself of any disheartening moments. But we'll give you a thumbs up for this in the meantime. All right, let's whiz along to Billy. What can you tell me of the man that is now officially my boyfriend, even though we have only just met? Billy. Okay. Billy. Cute name. Right. Safe and Billy. We just want a card. What do we hear about this guy? Billy, these are cards for Billy. This is the pack. This is the card. Is this a card for Billy regarding her boyfriend? Oh, goodness. How lovely. Yes, Billy. Now, this is the Ace of Cups, which implies often the start of a new relationship. It's also a reminder to self-love, meaning fill your own cup up during this relationship, or any time actually. See this cup? It's overflowing because it's full enough to give the love away because you feel full already, meaning you're not expecting that person to fix you by being in your life. It's a wonderful card to get. We will ask, can you know about, what can you hear about the guy himself? What do you need to hear about him? There's something going on. Is this about you? Is something going on in his life? It may be to do with work, and it could be to do with a past emotional thing. He is having to move away from something in his life that really was a lot of effort and not 100% fulfilling. That's nothing to do with you. In fact, it's a really great thing because he's making the change in his life. I feel he's worked hard at something, be it a past relationship or work, and hasn't really got the rewards that match the level of impact or effort that he's put in. Therefore, he's made the decision. I feel he's made the decision to move away, even though there was a lot of good with this topic. And he's clearly started fresh because he started a new relationship with you. This relationship feels like it's just an opportunity to grow within it. So we can affirm that he's a good match, and from there it's your opportunity to do the stepping stones, build your personal power through consciously wanting to work on being your best self, rather than just going, oh well, I've got my boyfriend now, here I am, done, tick that box, life's good. This relationship has potential to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. However, that means that you need to want that, and you are in it excited about the growth together as a team, not thinking it's all finished as soon as you've labeled it boyfriend, girlfriend. It's really got good energy, okay? But be mindful not to rush in and overthink things, because that will just ruin the beginning. And you don't need to, because it feels effortless and nice at this time. Yes, thank you, Billy. Now we'll whip along to Lisa B. Are there any updates on the possible relationship connection with the guy overseas? We've had a little more flirtation since the last reading. Okay, Lisa. Whew, talking. Hello, Linda. No, I didn't get your question. Therefore, I will do your question after Lisa B. Linda, did you get my question? It was breaking up. No, I didn't get your question. So please put it back in the chat. Okay. Lisa B. Updates. This guy. Okay. Okay, another card. This is the first card. Beautiful card for the first card. I love the Queen of Wands. She's so powerful. She's so powerful yet humble. I feel like she's really happy and creative and in her own sovereignty. And once again, she's a queen. This is the space for you to be in. This is the advice for you to, let me say, come into more so. That's not representing the relationship. It is saying, oh God, oh my goodness. Honestly, we're not even being privy to the relationship. Look at this. This is all about you. What's it about him? It's not even about him. It's not about him right now. This is the message. It's not about him. Oh, I mean, you can talk to him, but put it aside because this is two independent, powerful, empowered women. So they're both you. What it's representing is become this financially independent, loving yourself, the body you're in, loving being in the skin you're in, and being this independent, happy, creative person. This is the energy of the rest of the year for you. Okay? And it's a good reminder to everyone, really. It's a little bit like Billy's question. Be you first. Be the best you first. Even if you get into a relationship, I see this so often. I've done it myself. You get into a relationship and then you kind of just drop all the stuff you were doing that was so great for you. For example, like going to yoga classes or committing to a morning or evening ritual, writing in your journal, all these really beautiful, healthy, spiritual activities. They don't have to be all spiritual, but like they often are for a lot of my particular clients, family, my collective Oracle Encore family. Let's get on to Linda's question. Is the guy I'm casually seeing going to go anywhere, or will someone else come along? If so, when? Woo! I must say, Linda, it's nice to hear you got a dude on the scene. Linda M. This relationship has potential. It does have, I'm just going to ask, it does have potential. Just hold the line, caller, because there is a moment of recommendation. Okay, first of all, I'll explain this. Is he by any chance a little bit younger than you? If it doesn't matter if he's not, it just feels quite youthful or not inexperienced, just more cautious. Like this relationship would be plodding along at this time compared to someone else, but it's safe and it's a good way to be because rushing in is not necessarily the best thing to do either. Why we say this is allow it to plod along. Plodding does not mean he's not interested. It means he's just cautious or that's just him. And do you go more about this? Can you just be in the relationship without all these ideas or thoughts or wonderings about, like, this is why I'm asking. I've got this Page of Swords, and he's full of ideas, like so much going on in his head. He's not very grounded. He can't just be in the moment, like be in the relationship that you're in, rather than wondering if there's a better option out there. Is this guy, now I'm going to answer that question for you though anyway. Is this guy somebody that you should spend a decent amount of time with? Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I feel it's just be with it at the moment. It has quite good potential. There's something about you moving. I don't know if this is you moving or you changing, whether you are wanting to, and if you move, will that change the dynamic of the relationship? It does have potential to be quite a soulmate style connection. It's just not it's not everything it's going to be just yet. Oh, so he is younger. Woo! Go you. Yeah, no, I'm getting a few cards here, so I might just have to refine things now. We're saying stick with it at this time and let it unfold. There is more to be revealed that is good. Oh, the pausing, yeah. Can you just remember that it's now? Just be in the now. It's whether the process is to get you ready for the next one, or it's definitely meant to be right now. And if he does have that soulmate feel, I don't want to put a spanner in the works here. Just because you match with a soulmate, and this is not necessarily specifically to you, Linda, but just because we match and we connect with somebody who feels like our soulmate, it does not mean we have to be with them forever. It just simply means that we recognize that connection. We feel it. We feel familiar. We feel comfort. We feel a sense of home or a knowing, or as if you've been together longer than you actually have. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in a relationship with that person forever and ever. Now, yeah, so does that answer your question, Linda? It's a kind of, I mean, I really just want to give you a straight black and white. Life doesn't work like that, as you know. I'm just going to test something out here. No, I'm not. I'll get back to that. All right. Back to the questions. Anybody got a question on Instagram? Oh, sorry. I've missed a whole lot of you. Sorry, guys. Will my health be okay with my operation coming up? This is the Savs. The Savs. What's your first name again? Hey, Jules. Jules! Hey, Jules. Would love you to pull a... Yeah, I'll get onto that. Will your health be okay? Hey, Neve. Cool to have you here. Right. Will your health be okay, Jules, after your operation? With the operation. We just want a yes or no card, obviously. Jules. Certainly will, Jules. This is going to allow you to move forward in leaps and bounds. It's going to be great. Carry on, eye on the prize, focus on how you want to feel. Don't get stuck in the illusion that you are unwell or in pain. This is simply an experience you're going through to help you to appreciate your health, actually, and other things. So rest assured, it's all positive. Now we're going to talk about Melanie. Here comes the love questions again, guys. I have been communicating casually with a guy I met on Tinder. We have not met in person. He is intriguing, yet somewhat elusive. It's beginning to get annoying. Is he a potential match, or should I just step aside? Okay, Melanie, I'm going to just get a vibe on should you stay or should you go, all right? Yes, we'll get that answer. Should you stay or should you go? Because this elusiveness is semi-game playing. It feels a bit breadcrumbing like, and really it's not showing you them coming to get you. And whilst not everybody is in the old school mindset of masculine and feminine roles, you'll be surprised at how many people still desire those traditional positions. I think people are in an illusion that we're trying to be equal on ways that it doesn't need to be. It's just an opinion in some ways, but I see it really causing a bit of messiness. We get a yes. Was that a yes? The guy is worth considering. I also feel, here's the story. There's going to be a story. Yes, keep him at bay. Focus on your work. Sorry, I don't always tell people to focus on their work. In this case, it feels like Melanie's very motivated and driven. Okay, so yes, the Ace of Swords is a yes answer. The Chariot is someone very focused and driven in their work. They're moving forward. They've got their eye on the prize. So as long as you've got the eye on the prize, whether it's work or the relationship, don't settle for less. Therefore, step aside from his games. Maintain your queendom energy. When you maintain your queendom energy, you will not have to worry whether he will be good enough for you. He will drop away if he's not, or he will come to you. My feeling is his elusiveness, let him be elusive. Drop him, allow him to step forward. Lean back so you can receive. Will this be... Who's that? Oh, someone texting. Does this have a potential for a relationship long term? Coming up, caller, Melanie. The potential for you and this Tinder guy long term, Mr. Elusive. On the fence. It's on the fence. It's a practice of you not grasping at the relationship because you've got interest there. So we say let it go. If he steps forward while you're in your queendom, boom, you know it's the one. Well, it is someone who you could date. If he doesn't step forward, easy answer. Easy. It's not a game. Semi-strategy, kind of a strategy. It's not even that. It's common sense. Don't run after somebody who's not coming and giving you a step forward as well. Makes sense, everybody? Yay. Let's have a random card for Michelle. Michelle. Did you get that reading? Okay. We're going to get into this. Does anybody have any questions pumped into the chat, or just want to tell us where you are launching yourself from today? I mean, where are you living? That's what I meant. Same thing. Right. Michelle. Getting the question. Once again, a random card is helpful for all because we're just going to share a general piece of wisdom. Right. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is like, you would see this figure as the likes of like he looks like a pope here. He is a type of guru, a leader, someone which you can not look up to, kind of look up to, get their experience and wisdom from. It is advisable to have somebody in your life at this time who is playing the role of kind of like a life coach, I guess, or it could be a spiritual mentor. Wink, wink. Just teasing. However, it is good to... You know what, everyone? It is actually good for all of us to have somebody we can talk to about what we're experiencing. Even some might call that therapy, some might have a life coach, some might have a channeler that they see, whoever it is, rather than a friend or family member. It's so healthy. And if you don't have one, I'll tell you what I use often when I haven't got the right person to speak to. I use my journal. I honestly use my journal as if it's a best friend. Every morning I get up and I write in my journal as if I'm talking to, well, not always, I do different things each day, but when I write about things I need to talk about, I literally write as if I'm talking to the most unconditionally loving, trustworthy best friend who has my back, otherwise known as the universe. And it's very therapeutic, just an FYI, okay? All right, now let me just see if I've answered everybody's questions. Leah, Melanie, Naomi. One more question, guys, and then we're going to wrap it up unless somebody puts an extra question in. I hope I've got them all. Naomi, when am I finally going to meet a long-term partner? What is holding him up? Oh, look, I know the feeling, Naomi. I know the feeling. Let's see. Got some new people on Instagram. Punch in your question before we finish. We're about to wrap up. When and why is there a block? We're going to do 3 questions, 3 cards. We're going to say when. It's a bit of a strange question. I don't usually work with time frames. The second question is, what's holding him up? And the last question is there a block? Is there a block? Okay, I'm starting with the end question first. Is there a block? The 6 of Pentacles is all about give and take. Now, if this was a block, my instinct says you must be open to receive if you want to have a relationship. How obvious does that sound, right? Do you know what? Particularly for women, being able to receive is not actually a natural gift. And often women end up giving more. Not always, I'm just generalizing here, but this is the vibe of this one. What's holding this person up? Their own journey, their own emotional state. You know, it is a thing. Sometimes we can be affected by other people's free will. Sometimes it's not our stuff we have to deal with, other than having patience to allow things to unfold with the divine timing that is required. In this case, the first question was, when am I finally going to be in a long-term relationship? Well, funnily enough, I chose the wishes come true card for that. I am going to say 9. 9, it could be 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months. What a perfect time for something to brew and unfold, right? Because it's like having a baby. You're going to have to kick back. You're going to just have to trust the process. And to do that, do you know what that means? Do you know how to trust the process? This is a great piece of advice. Does anybody on Instagram know how to trust the process? Because it's hard, eh? It's hard, right? It's hard trusting when you want something with your ego, you want something with your human mind, but the divine plan has a completely different trajectory. What we do is we love. Just love everything. And it makes everything easier. It's a practice though. I can look out my window and go, I love my view. I love the sea. I love my plants. I love you guys. I love my dog over here. I love, love, love. Rather than, where is he? Oh, and trust me, I know this feeling because I've been there. Okay, everyone, we are wrapping it up. We are wrapping up. I see Jess went from YouTube to Instagram. So good that Instagram is rocking on with success today. So we're going to say sayonara. Catch you here next week, same time. Please give me a thumbs up if you are watching the channel on any portal, because that helps me to get traction and we'd love to share this love with the world. And sounds very grand, doesn't it? That is true. I would love to share the love with the world. And on that note, see you here 4:44 next Tuesday for Tarot Q&A. Bye for now.